Hi, and welcome back for another 3 tarot cards for this week. Welcome back for another 3 tarot cards for the week, and oh my gosh, it's so beautiful today. The sun is so gorgeous. I almost wanted to film this outside, but taking the cards outside isn't always brilliant because they can actually fly away if a gust of wind comes. That happened to me once, actually working out of my mobile home at an event, and my door blew open. It was really strong wind and all my cards flew out the door. And yeah, I found every single one of them. I was impressed. I thought, yeah, no, for sure. I've lost some. I counted them, 78. They were all there. Amazing. And they were in bushes and on the side of the road and all over the place. Crazy stuff. So anyway, this week there's a bit of sort of all sorts going on. We've got the start of the week. We've got the Page of Swords. That's kind of indicating a need to be a little bit cautious. It's like we're revisiting things we've already learned and learning how to do things a little bit different this time around. So from what I can see here, from what I can feel, there's a situation looming that is kind of like a reminder of the past, or maybe somebody from your past will pop up. It's definitely associated with the past. And it's really important to stay firm, have some boundaries, don't rush into anything. For example, if an ex turns up, don't go rushing towards that person because they're probably an ex for a reason. So have a good think about it. You know, normally I say go for the heart, go for the feeling, but sometimes we need to use this thing too. And this is one of those times. And that if we stay a little bit not afraid, I'm not talking about getting really scared or paranoid here, just, you know, looking at the situations coming up in the next couple of days and taking your time to consider things. It can even indicate something as simple as somebody, you know, if you've always been a yes person and always done what you know, people have asked you to, and then thought, oh gosh, I actually don't have time or energy or whatever for this. If you've always been a yes person, it's about learning to actually say something that gives you some breathing space. I like to say things like, look, I need to think about that and I'll get back to you. And that's a really good way to buy yourself a bit of breathing room and a bit of time to consider and to think about this. So just, yeah, it's just cautionary. It's not to be afraid. Nothing really awful is going to happen. I just feel that it's quite likely to be a week where the past could revisit us, and that's more of an intuitive feeling I've got. So yeah, so on Wednesday and Thursday we've got the Three of Swords, and that's not a particularly beautiful influence, but also it's kind of indicating oversensitivity, real sensitivity, feeling sensitive, feeling that something is really, really difficult and challenging, and feeling like, yeah, your reactions are maybe a little bit off. And that's why also this cautionary note came in there earlier in the week, not to rush into things. There's yeah, something coming up that once again brings up the past, brings up an issue from the past that you're sensitive about, or that could remind you of that. It might not be that exact situation or that person or whatever caused it, but it may be something to give you a bit of a like, ooh, that feels a bit like that. Pay attention to it, but also realize who you were then is not who you are now. And that's the big lesson in this vibration and this energy that's showing up this week. You're not who you were. You're somebody who's grown a lot. You're stronger, you're wiser, you've yeah, you're just not that same person. So the same thing isn't going to happen. because you're smarter, you're more cautious, you take your time to have a good look at situations, and you'll handle this really, really well. So it's not going to turn into a big drama, so don't panic about that. I don't see it as that. It's just quite a sensitive sense of feeling. So it might be just a couple of days where, even, you know, with astrology, I'm not an astrologer, but there could be a few influences around that make us a little bit sensitive and to feel things a little bit stronger than at other times, and that happens, you know. There's a reason why the moon and the stars influence us. So by the end of the week, we've got something much more peaceful, which is lovely. We have got the Six of Swords, which is actually taking a rest, taking a break, taking some downtime, relaxing, unwinding, leaving everything during the week behind you, and just doing something that relaxes you, that's peaceful. That doesn't mean you have to sit there and meditate all weekend. If hiking relaxes you, if fishing relaxes you, if walking, of gardening, of creating, whatever works for you, it's a really good time for that, because you'll recharge your batteries after the week, you know, and that bit of heightened sensitivity. It's, yeah, quite often a little bit tiring, that sort of strength of feelings. So good time to have a bit of rest and to recharge your batteries, and it's peaceful. It's not like you're feeling terrible or awful. You're just kind of recharging your batteries and taking some time for you. So self-nurturing bubble baths, have a massage if you can, good things, nice things just for you. Self-nurturing, self-love are paramount this weekend. So do things like that, treat yourself in whatever way is meaningful to you, and you'll come back. By the end of the weekend, you're full of beans again, you know, fully recharged. So it is quite an interesting week, because there is that sensitivity. So the cautionary influence of the Page of Swords at the start is not a bad thing, because if we're going to be a bit sensitive, it's a good idea to be a bit cautious, because our reactions may be a little bit off. So yeah, take your time with any decisions though. That's the indicator here, you know. Just take your time. If people are trying to pressure you, just say, look, let me think on it. I need some time to mull over this, and I'll get back to you. It's a very handy tool, that, because I used to be one of those people who just used to run around in circles trying to make everybody else happy. It's a legacy. And it took me a long time to learn to stop doing that, you know, and it took me becoming very, very ill, because I actually couldn't keep it up anymore. To learn to actually say no, just say no, which is hard, but then I had to, and it's a good lesson. So it's nice to do things for people. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful gift, but not at the detriment of your well-being or your own life. You know, that needs to come first, because you can't give from an empty vessel. It's just not possible. I mean, I know that. I work with people's emotions, feelings, relationships, love, businesses, all sorts of things, you know, every day, and I have quite strict rules about how I manage my time. Like, I don't spend all evening messaging with people. That's my time. I need to switch off, unplug, do something else, watch some YouTube, something like that, and just chill. It's important, you know, otherwise I'd just lose energy and not have any clarity anymore for my work. So, and everybody needs to do that no matter what they do. So anyway, lots of love, everyone. Spring is coming. I'm really feeling it today. It's so warm. I've actually got short sleeves on, which is pretty cool. Just the first t-shirt I could drag out of my cupboard, because I haven't brought my summer clothes out yet. So yeah, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Lots of love.